All right. Brothers, help me. I've been talking to this person for 3 weeks online, thinking she was a different friend of mine. By the time I found out she and my friend weren't in fact the same person, it was too late to go back on it. Should I come clean with this person about my mistake, or should I just keep the friendship going like nothing happened? I don't even know her name, but we've been talking like we've known each other for years. That's from Cornered in California, and it's also from my plot synopsis of You've Got Mail 2 coming to theaters next fall. It's going to be a love story you'll never forget.
It's a lot. This is, hey, it's hard to make friends, to like put yourself out there. You may have accidentally discovered like a great way to do just that. Like if I could talk to strangers the way I talk to my friends confidently, I would have more friends, but I'm too nervous to talk to somebody like that. And so I don't have more friends, but you found a way to do it on a sort of circuitous way. I think you just say like, hey, by the way, I'm, Tony. People call me Tony the Pony, and I don't actually know who you are, but I feel like we're friends now. So that's great. That's good. Like that's just across the board good.
Let's take a moment, and I just want to parse this just for a second to talk about my favorite element of this question. You maybe saw like a screen name, thought it was your friend's screen name, but there was like one letter difference or whatever, but you didn't know that at first. So you're like, hey, what's up? I need to tell you, I'm moving. Oh, I haven't seen you in for whatever the conversation was. And then after 3 weeks, like you like texted your actual friend and they're like, that's not me. The person in this that I'm most curious about is this third party person that like you just like contacted out of the blue, and they know they don't know you. Like they didn't think you were their friend, and they were just like, all right, yeah, I'm game.
That's the great thing about this tool though, is that if you deploy it on an unsuspecting party, they are powerless to sort of resist its thrall. Like it's just, oh, I guess we're friends. Like, let's just roll with it, I guess. You've lowered all my defenses.
Yeah, I mean, and y'all know my favorite seafood dish is catfish, and that's what you're dealing with right now is a catfishing situation.
Like
and it's sort of
it's catfish.
It's a light catfish. Yeah,
this is like you said to a stranger, "I think you're my friend Bill." Like you basically handed them the rod and reel and hooked the hook in your mouth.
You don't see that often on the movie or TV show Catfish of just like, I think you're my girlfriend. Okay. You said yes, so
all right.
Here we go. What is this service you were using, by the way, where you were online chatting with a person without knowing their identity?
My hope and prayer to the good Lord above is AOL Instant Messenger.
That's the only thing I can think. You ended up in a fucking like Firefly role-playing server, and you're like, you sound like my friend Denise. She also likes Wash, so you must be her. Anyway.
We might also be we might be in a frequency situation where you are instant messaging this person and they're still back in 1995.
Oh, you gotta be careful. Your fucking thumb's gonna disappear because of something that happened back in 95. You gotta be so careful when you're chatting in these online role-playing servers, because if you're not careful, you're gonna frequency yourself and your whole friggin' like head's gonna disappear because it's something that happened 20 ding-dang years ago. You gotta be so careful.
Be so careful. But think of the good you could do.
You could do good. You could do lots of good.
For sure.
But you don't know what it. Here's the thing. You might think you have to do good to do good, but maybe like you have to lie to them to do some good. You know what I mean? And get them to quit smoking, because like that's always good.
Trav, if you could talk to somebody in 1995, wouldn't it be dope to tell them like, listen, you're going to hear about a movie called Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's honestly going to pop off. So when you hear about it, just start talking a big game about how dope it's going to be, and no one's going to believe you. Yeah. And you're going to come off sounding like that's so smart.
So that's the message that Justin would send back in 1995. That's sort of the warning that Justin would prioritize. He sends it back in time through his magic microwave. That's the one that he wants to make sure gets out there. Get ready for this one. Catch the heat. Catch the wave.
I'm sorry, Justin. I think that's actually very short-sighted, because what I would do is I would say, person back in 1995, get a hold of young Travis McElroy. He's very excited about the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but let him know that 20 years later, they're still making them and they're terrible. And he should not, because in the future, the fact that he saw Pirates of the Caribbean 1 in theaters 9 times is going to be like an albatross around his neck. So tell him not to get excited about Pirates of the Caribbean, or don't discuss it openly on a podcast several times.
Yeah, and also, hey, 1995 person, just go ahead and get off the Depp train now. You trust me on this one. You're going to want to hop that one off before it reaches a certain station. You need to get right off that one, and then you send message. You know, who would you all talk to through your magic microwave to send back to 1995? Who would you all want to chat with?
Probably Dad, just to keep up with the frequency kind of storyline. And
see, ironically,
like, Dad, Coke Zero is coming. You're going to be so excited about it.
It's the only beverage you'll ever drink. Enjoy other beverages now. Fucking keep cracking that crystal clearly Canadian, because fucking once Coke Zero comes out, it's the only one you're ever going to do.
That actually is what I would do. I would ask Dad to just start hoarding clearly Canadian for me.
Mm-hmm. Dad, buy up all the Surge you can find. Get Josta in bulk.
Surge is back, so that would have been a little bit of a waste. Josta, though, I would love a nice cold Josta right now.
I think ironically enough, I think I'd chat with Dennis Quaid.
Oh, interesting.
You talk to 1995 Dennis Quaid?
Yeah, and I'd be like, here's a good frequency joke for my podcast.
Also, check on Randy. Talk to him more.
Hey, talk to Randy more.
Frequency had that dope Garth Brooks song. When You Come Back to Me Again, you remember that one?
No,
how about Money?
Yeah, that's fine. We're probably going to have to pay the rights to somebody after that.
Discussing the movie Frequency, you think we're going to have to pay the rights? How do you think that works?